Now let's continue with this one here. This one is direct digital marketing. Okay, the last tool in our promotional tool. Okay, so we discussed these guys here. Okay, advertising, product placement, and so on and so forth. Now this one here is actually dedicated for direct and digital marketing. Okay, let's look at that. Now direct marketing is actually intended to build one-to-one relationship with the customers. Okay, remember in module 1 we discussed that the keyword in marketing is relationship. Okay, so we build the relationship with the customers. Okay, so if you look at that, it is the opposite of advertising. Right? Let's look at advertising. When we advertise, we actually advertise to mass audience. Okay. Well, yes, we have we will determine the target audience, okay, but nonetheless, they are still it is still using mass media. So technically speaking, a lot of people can see our advertising campaign. Okay. In the case of direct marketing, it is different, right? It is targeted to a specific target group or specific audience, right? So that is the key feature of direct marketing. The other key feature of direct marketing is, especially if in the context of today's business landscape, we normally use digital technology or digital marketing. We actually have changed the equation. Okay, we actually have changed the way it works. In the case of advertising, we control the media. If this is us, us, the marketer, and we have the consumers. Okay, and in the case of advertising campaign, we say we communicate to the consumers. Okay, so pretty much a one-way direction. Okay, but in the case of direct digital marketing, we actually have empowered the consumers to communicate back to us. Okay. Now you mentioned Facebook before. If you look at that, the guys using when we use Facebook, our customers can also communicate back to us. And in fact, more than that, our consumers may also be able to can also communicate to the other consumers. Okay, they can also share their feedback. Hey, look, I bought this product, and this is my comment. That's an evidence that they can also use digital media to give feedback or review for the other consumers. Okay, yes, instant feedback, pretty much. Or and now word of mouth is interesting that you mentioned. In the case of traditional marketing campaign, yes, we use the word of mouth, and in the case of the direct digital marketing, we actually use what we call as the viral message. Okay, so if someone places something on Facebook or YouTube, for instance, and a lot of people share it, that means we are creating the viral. Okay, pretty much creating the word of mouth. Okay, so if you look at that. That is a big advantage of direct digital marketing. Okay, in the case of advertising campaign, we pretty much doing one-way communication. But in the case of direct digital marketing, we get our consumers to search us. Okay, now ask yourself, when you want to buy something, either flying from Sydney to Hawaii, for instance, what you do, potentially you do Google. Okay, you type in the Google search box to find the best airfare for you. Okay, so that means you actually, with direct digital marketing campaign, you actually pull the consumers to come to you. Okay, which is the opposite of running that campaign. Okay, yeah, okay, Queenie. Okay, thanks a lot for sharing with us. Okay. Oops. Okay, thanks a lot. All right, now looks. Hopefully that gives us a bit of idea in terms of the difference between the big difference between advertising and direct digital marketing. Okay. Now, since we talked to the targeted consumers, we need to get for both direct digital marketing, we need to have what we call as database. Okay, that's when we come to the concept database marketing. Okay, so if you type in your Google search box, Okay, database marketing, you will find tons of article about it. Okay, and the database marketing is actually collection of consumers' data. Right? What kind of data that we can collect from consumers? Well, it includes their geographic profile, demographic profile, psychographic profile, and also their behavioral profile. Okay, strong companies should actually record that. Okay, so that's basically direct digital marketing. Okay, now what are the forms of direct digital marketing? We can use SMS, direct mail, social media, telemarketing. Okay, and part of digital marketing, we can also use websites. So there are four there are four major tools that marketers normally use. Okay, the first one is websites or search engine optimization. The second one is search engine marketing. Okay, with Google AdWords and so on and so forth. The third one is the social media or social network. Oops, social media. And the fourth one is email marketing. Okay, so they are the four major activities that we can use in terms of setting up online presence or digital marketing presence. Okay, in my observation, companies would normally engage with all of them. Okay, okay, so they are the main ones that I'd like to discuss in terms of direct digital marketing. Okay, and any questions? Any questions? Hello, any questions from you? Okay, all right, cool. What I'm going to do next is to discuss the assessment. Yep, my email. Yeah, exactly. Okay, I'm going to discuss the assessments now, and okay, right. So this is the assessment 3, and so we discussed product price, placement, and promotion. Okay, now product price and placements. Last week, now this week we discussed promotion. So please analyze. I use the term analyze. I'm not saying that you got to use all of them in your campaign. Okay, you analyze it. If you are not using it, then you tell and you explain. I'm not going to use this. Right? At least you use the you discuss the 5 tools. Okay, advertising, personal selling, sales promotion, public relations, direct digital marketing. Okay, all right. And a brief summary of people, process, physical evidence, and partnership. Okay, so you can look at it from the other presentation. Okay, the other module as well to go through the extended marketing mixed variables. Right? Any questions from you about the assessment? No? Okay. Look, just briefly. People in here are basically about the staff involved in providing the service for the customers. Okay, process in here involves the system for the company to to support the when they prepare the customer service. They also need to consider the system. Physical evidence in here includes the tangible and intangible cues. All right, to show that the service is delivered for the customers. And partnership in here includes all the other parties that who are involved in the in providing the service. Okay, so if you think about a business in service marketing, like David Jones, for instance, they have the staff, okay, to provide the customers with service. And the process includes starting from their order to get the merchandise, and making sure that the customers can place the order and they can fulfill the order, right? And in terms of physical evidence, that includes the ambience of the store, for instance, okay? And partnership in here includes their suppliers, for instance, okay, to provide them with the opportunity to provide, to give the service, to deliver the service for the customers, okay? And lastly, the key findings. So you need to discuss about the key findings. So now the key findings in here include these areas here, the guys in here, all right? So starting from the top, okay, briefly the situational analysis right through your marketing mix variables, okay? All right, any questions so far? No? Okay. All right. Brilliant. Look, next week we are going to focus on the assessments. Okay. Bring your questions and we'll discuss because the assessment is due next week. Okay. Right. Have a good one. Okay. Thank you. Right. I'm going to end the meeting. Yeah. You too. See you. See you next week. Okay.